Today we are going to study our last point of this chapter, which is higher order derivatives. And suppose y is equal to fx is a differentiable function of x, then its derivative is given by y dash, that is equal to f dash of x, and again that is equal to dy by dx. And suppose again this is differentiable function of x, then its derivative is given by, now here you have to write y double dash, that is equal to f double dash of x, and that is equal to d square y by dx square. And if this is differentiable function of x, then its derivative is given by y triple dash. Now here also you have to write f triple dash of x, and that is equal to d cube y by dx cube, and so on, differentiating the given function for n times. We have yn is equal to fnx, and that is equal to dny by dxn, and this is called as the successive differentiation or nth order derivative. Means the process of differentiating the given function successively for n times is called as successive differentiation. Now let's see one example. Let y is equal to x cube minus x square. This is the function of x. Then its first derivative is given by dy by dx is equal to 3x square minus 2x. Again, if differentiating this function, then d square y by dx square is equal to 3 2s are 6x minus 2. Again differentiating, d cube y by dx cube equal to 6. These are called as higher order derivative, and by the same way we are solving examples. One note is there, again this first order derivative is given by y1, or second order derivative by y2, here third order derivative by y3, and so on. Nth order is given by yn also. Now let's solve examples, and question is find second order derivatives. Now as usual, our first step is let y is equal to given function, and then differentiating with respect to x, we have dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x cube plus 7x square minus 2x minus 9. Now differentiate separately, so derivative of x cube is 3x square, then 7 2s are 14x minus 2, and since this is constant, its derivative is 0. Now we have to find second order derivative, so again differentiating this, we have, therefore again differentiate, 3 2s are 6x plus 14, and 2 is constant, its derivative is 0. So this is our final answer. Very easy, isn't it? Now let's solve second example, and as usual our first step is let y is equal to given function, and now differentiating this, we have d by dx of this function, which is product of two functions. So we will use here product rule. So again we have first term as it is e raised to 4x, then derivative of second is minus sine 5x, and again derivative of this is 5, then second term as it is, and derivative of first term is e raised to 4x, and again derivative of this. Now we will move this constant term in the front place, so we have here this minus 5, and here take plus 4 outside. Now To find the second order derivative, again we have to differentiate this function. So we will use product rule here also and here also. So we have d square y by dx square is equal to minus 5. Now here first term as it is, derivative of sine is cos of 5x and again multiply by 5, plus again second term as it is, and derivative of first term is e raised to 4x multiply by 4. Now same again we will use product rule here also. So plus 4, here this e raised to 4x cos 5x, here also these two are similar terms. So we will collect coefficients. So minus 25 and plus 16. So this is minus 9 e raised to 4x cos of 5x. And these two terms are similar. And again simplifying this, so minus e raised to 4x, we will take this common, and so 9 cos of 5x plus 40 sin of 5x is the final answer. Now we have this example and we have to find d square y by dx square. Now since these two are parametric functions, we will find dy by dx by using this formula. We have this y function. First we will find out dy by d theta. So dy by d theta equal to a is constant. So find derivative of, and again that is equal to, since a is constant its derivative is 0. So no need to write this minus sign, and derivative of minus cos theta is minus sin theta, and so again that is equal to minus minus plus, so a sin theta. Say this is second equation. Now from this x function we will find dx by d theta, and that is equal to again a, derivative of theta is 1 and derivative of sin theta is cos theta. Say this is second equation. Now substitute these two in equation 1. We have dy by dx is equal to a sin theta upon a 1 minus cos theta. A get cancelled. Upside use sin 2 theta formula, that is 2 sin theta by 2 into cos of theta by 2, and here also by cos 2 theta formula its function is 2 sin square theta by 2. So 2 get cancelled, 1 sin theta by 2 get cancelled. So cos theta by 2 upon sin theta by 2, that is equal to cot theta by 2 is dy by dx. Now we have to find out d square y by dx square. So we will differentiate this again with respect to x. So we have d square y by dx square is equal to d by dx of this cot of theta by 2. But this function is in theta and we are differentiating with respect to x. So again we will use here chain rule. So d by d theta of this cot theta by 2 and again d theta by dx by chain rule. Again derivative of cot is minus cosec square theta by 2. Again its derivative 1 upon 2, and we will write this as 1 upon dx by d theta. Now we know the value dx by d theta means what? A 1 minus cos theta. Again we can write this as a 2 sin square theta by 2. We will use this value here in the downside. So minus cosec square theta by 2 upon 2, and here we will write 2a sine square theta by 2. Here we will write by 3. Sorry, here we have to write 3. And so 2 into 2, 4a. This is the final answer, and you have to solve remaining examples by the same way. Let's solve this example of second type, and here we have to prove this. That means we have to solve this example for this. And here we can see y2, y1. y2 means d square y by dx square. y1 means dy by dx. Keep always in mind. Now since this is implicit function, differentiate directly, and therefore now again derivative of this root means 1 upon 2 root x plus 1, and here 1 upon 2 root x minus 1. Now from these two terms take 1 upon 2 common, and here shift this 2 to the left hand side. So we have 4 into dy by dx, and here find cross multiplication. So here again shift this term to the left hand side. So we have 4 root x square minus 1 into dy by dx equal to, and this numerator, this means nothing but 2y. So here we will write 2y. Say this is equation number 1. Now since we have to find out y2 means d square y by dx square, we will again differentiate this. So again we will use here product rule. This 4 is constant outside. First term as it is, x square minus 1, derivative of second term which is d square y by dx square, then second term as it is, dy by dx, and derivative of this is 1 upon 2 root x square minus 1, and again derivative of this is 2x, and in the right hand side 2 into dy by dx. This 2 get cancelled. So we will multiply whole equation by root x square minus 1. Again I am multiplying this 4 separately, and we will multiply this also. So we have 4 this x square minus 1, then d square y by dx square, then plus 4 this x, and this root term get cancelled. Only write down dy by dx, and we will multiply this, then 2 root this term into, shift this to the left hand side. So x square minus 1 dy by dx equal to 0. Now instead of this we will write y2, instead of this we will write y1, and this whole term, see again equation number 1, by this we will divide by 2, then we have 2 root x square minus 1 dy by dx means y. So in the last step 4 x square minus 1 into y2 plus 4x y1 minus y is equal to 0. We have written this by 1, and so this is our desired answer. So our fifth example is this, and we have to show this. And so here we have to find out d square y by dx square. So first write down our given function. Let y is equal to sine of m cos inverse of x. Now shift this sign to the left hand side. Therefore sine inverse of y is equal to m cos inverse of x. Now differentiate with respect to x. We have derivative of this is 1 upon under root 1 minus y square, and again dy by dx, and here m is constant and derivative of this is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Now cross multiply, shift this term to the left hand side and this term here, so we have y square. Now on squaring we have square of this is 1 minus x square and here dy by dx bracket square, that is equal to, since we want d square y by dx square, we will differentiate this again, and so since this is product of two terms, so write down first term as it is 1 minus x square, derivative of this is 2 into dy by dx, and again derivative of this is d square y by dx square. Now second term as it is, so here dy by dx bracket square and derivative of this which is minus 2x, and that is equal to derivative of right hand side, so m square is constant and this is minus 2y and here dy by dx. Now from both sides we will cancel 2 and dy by dx, so here also 2 and 1 dy by dx and here 2 and dy by dx. So write down remaining term, so 1 minus x square and here d square y by dx square, this is minus x 1 dy by dx and that is equal to minus m square and this is y. Shift this term to the left hand side, so final answer is 1 minus x square d square y by dx square minus x dy by dx plus m square y equal to 0 is our final answer. To find the successive differentiation means we have to find out first, second, third order derivative, then observe the changes in the coefficient, in the power of the function, in the sign and in the angle, and write down the same pattern for nth order. So first we will solve the example and you will understand better. Our first example is this: find the nth derivative of y is equal to log of x. Now differentiate this. So we have dy by dx is equal to d by dx of log x and that is equal to 1 upon x. Again we will write this as x raised to minus 1. Now again differentiate. So d square y by dx square is equal to d by dx of, we will write this x raised to minus 1. Again we will use x raised to n formula. So here minus 1 x raised to minus 2. Now again we will find out third order derivative. So we have d cube y by dx cube equal to derivative of this. Again this minus 1 is constant. Again shift this 2 here and x raised to minus 3. Now from these two terms we will take minus sign common. So we have minus 1 raised to 2, 1 into 2 x raised to minus 3. Now observe the pattern. For first order derivative x raised to minus 1. For second x raised to minus 2. For third x raised to minus 3. And minus sign 1 less than the order. So same pattern we will write for nth order. We will write first minus 1 raised to 1 less than means n minus 1. Now write down numbers in multiplication 1, 2 up to n minus 1 and power is same x raised to minus n. Now again we will write in the simplest form. So minus 1 raised to n minus 1 as it is. Now this means n minus 1 factorial because these are numbers multiplied up to 1, and this x raised to minus n we will write as positive index. So in the denominator x raised to n, this is the nth order derivative of the given example. Now let's solve this example for successive differentiation, and we will find out first, second and third order derivative. So differentiating this with respect to x, we will use fx raised to n formula. So m ax plus b raised to m minus 1, and again derivative of this is a. Now again differentiate this. So first we will write down here this function, that means derivative of this equal to derivative of this. Now find out derivative. This am constant, then m minus 1, and then ax plus b raised to m minus 2, and again derivative of this is a. Now again differentiate this. So we have d cube y by dx cube equal to derivative of this whole. I am multiplying this a to a, this function. Now differentiate this. So we have these three are constant. So a square m minus 1 m minus 2, and then ax plus b raised to m minus 3, and again derivative of this is a. So a square into a cube, write down in the next step, and write down for nth derivative. So dny by dxn. Now check here, when first order derivative there is only a raised to 1. When second order derivative a into a means a square. When third order derivative a cube. So here we will write a raised to n. Multiply m minus 1 up to m minus 1 number less, n minus 1, and this power m minus order of this, check. So here we will write ax plus b raised to m minus order of the derivative. So again we will simplify this. So we will multiply here terms up to 1 in numerator and denominator. So we have extra term we have multiplied in numerator. So in denominator also we will write the same up to 2 into 1, and this term is as it is. So write down here ax plus b raised to m minus n, and again m up to 1 means this is nothing but m factorial. So in the next step and in the denominator m minus n factorial, because these terms are in multiplication up to 1. This is the simplest form of nth derivative, and again here m is greater than 0 and this order is less than this power m, then we will use this. Suppose here order and power are same, so we will write m equal to n. We will substitute this here, and so we have and upon n minus n factorial. Now n minus n means 0, this raised to 0 means 1, and here also 0 factorial means 1. So final answer is a raised to n into n factorial. Very easy. And when third case, if this order is greater than the power of the function, then in that case close your eyes and write down the answer 0. So these are the three answers. This is first, when order is less than the power, when order is same as the power, this, and when order is greater than the power of the function, then we have to write 0.